Hello and welcome to Age of Wonders 3. This is a beautiful turn-based fantasy game filled with knights, dwarves, elves, furries and orcs, but all that stuff is just too normal for us. So today I want to do something a little bit different. So, new character. Alright, that's way better. May I introduce to you Lotta Pepper. I promise you this is a German name and doesn't mean anything. And of course he is an adept for creation and an expander with some additional growth for no special reason. And he really likes fertile. Know what? Let's just hop into the game. Alright, and here we go. And the way this works is actually pretty simple. You're having your towns, you're building units and buildings, and then you use these units to, well, conquer stuff and fight and do whatever. And then occasionally you're doing some politics and whatnot. And in the meantime, to get better, you're either conquering or building new cities, and you have all those research thingies in which you can find new units, new abilities, new spells, whatever. Oh, and would you look at that? This creepy old man gets his own observatory. Time to keep the blinds closed. I think I better stop now. Alright, but now I'm finally at the part of the actual fun begins, because if this was just your regular turn-based fantasy whatever, I probably wouldn't make a video about it if you had already seen something from me. Oh no, this is something a little bit different. Because the pun is, there are several different classes with different units and abilities, specialties and whatever, and the one I took is dreadnought, and that one is less specialized in fancy magic stuff and more specialized in, well, guns and actually technology in general. So one of the more funnier things are also these spy drones. They might not look like a lot, but they do have a little catch. Yeah, about like so. So these are basically, well, suicide drones, the way you see them in a modern day battlefield. And goodbye. Yep, that's the sort of fantasy I'm into. And victory. Oh, wait a second. One of my city wants to offer me a tribute. Oh, wait a second. I'm not entirely sure what kind of tribute we are talking about, so I better don't open it when the video is still recording. Alright, but now time for the easiest way of getting incredibly overpowered in this game, getting some new cities. By the way, Elmerwell, nah, that doesn't sound good. How about new Pangomin? Yeah, that's way better. And wait a second, I think I missed the first step. Yeah, exactly. Borshire, nah. Now it makes sense. Way better. And another town. And another town. I know this seems a bit odd, but hear me out on this one. It's actually pretty funny. And another town. Oh, and by the way, I don't think Urbian is fitting for the island with the, well, skull thingy on top. How about Isle of Madness? Oh, wait a second, that's too long of a name, so Isle of Madney it is. Okay, I can live with that. Oh, and by the way, there's no downside of having as many cities as you can, because in some games, for example Civilization, you're having downsides like the reduced happiness and stuff like that, but in Age of Wonders, nah, just more production, more stuff in general, more goodness. And which look at that, that's the main reason why I try to spam as many cities as possible, and the main part what makes it so overpowered, the Grand Palace, because the thing is, that gives me 10 additional casting points. These casting points are getting replenished every turn, but you need them to do magic stuff, or in case of the dreadnought, well, pretty naughty stuff like these suicide drones. And more casting points, more suicide drones. And here we go again, killing. Oh, and by the way, I'm not using the cavalry like any fantasy knight stuff, BS or anything, don't you worry. I gave them a lot of pistols, they just shoot them. So this is perfectly fine. Yep, that's the job. Wait a second, what the... You're shaking your fist? Okay, that's it. That's way too much aggression. Time for a flashbang. Yep, that will teach them. Oh yeah, by the way, there are also flashbangs in this game, so... yeah. Alright, took me some time to be exactly turn 300. But I'm up to 250 casting points and I'm finally feeling confident enough to take on this odd fantasy world. So, and as a little, well, let's say test, let's just take a look at this one, and it is polar bears and manticore riders and a mammoth, a giant ass mammoth. Okay. And the game tells me I'm very likely to be defeated, but well, let's just take a look about that one. So, and the first thing we need is nothing special, just a little spell called Destabilized Mana Core, which does nothing special at all. Yeah, just that glowing thingy whirling around there, just ignore that, that does nothing. So, but first things first, let's get the drones into suicide explosion range. Perfect. More drones, more suicide bomber. Oh, they're still up. They don't seem to care too much about it. Well, maybe I need something a little bit different. I definitely need something a little bit different. Well, in this case, I think it's just about time to stop all that fantasy nonsense and bring out the real stuff. Yep, that's a nuke. Yep, they are all dead. Yeah, let's call it a draw. But yes, this is a fantasy game involving nuclear explosions. And just because it was so funny, once again. Way better. So I think I just managed to invent carpet bombing. Yeah. Oh boy, ancient ruins, and they are protected by ogres and other fearful monsters. Oh boy. Let's hope nobody uses World War I tactics to sally these beautiful ancient ruins and... oh. Clumsy me, that's a gas attack. Hey, I think... oh no, I just wanted to say this is my first war crime, but I think the nuke, that already counts. Anyway, just to make sure I'm not getting monetized in the near future, can't go wrong with another one. To be honest, I kinda dislike spiders. It's not like I'm fearful or anything, but I think nuking them is not the worst idea. Yeah, actually, yeah, let's just nuke them. This is perfectly fine. Yep. Oh boy. And that's just for good measure. Yeah, oh boy. See ya in hell. Oh, wait a second, one of them survived? Alright. Maybe I just need to step it up a tiny bit. And I think bringing up a gunship just the same size, well actually, maybe even a little bit bigger, is just the right idea. That looked a bit odd, but I can live with that. Let's just shoot it and forget about it. Yeah, bullets work. Screw that fantasy BS. Oh boy, a bunch of magical orc reanimators, masters over death. Nope, they still burn. This is perfectly fine. Let them just burn. No worries, every issue can be solved. With a lot of cannons. And just for good measure, you get some mortar. Yeah, perfect. Just explode them. Yeah, show them the might of fantasy in the real world. Perfectly fine. So now we know nukes beat magic, guns beat magics, pistols beat magics, rifles do beat magic, and mortars beat magic. And no matter how magical you are, you're still going to burn. Oh, and would you look at that? Waste the Leader Festival. Who could have thought that everything necessary to be a hero is, well, nuking and burning and shooting and, well, just massacring everyone. Huh. The more you know. Alright, and I think that was just everything that was around in my area. So I think now I have proven that, well, guns and bombs and all that stuff definitely beats all that magical fantasy nonsense bullshit stuff. So now there's only one thing left to do to underline that. Another Praise the Leader Festival. Now I'm feeling better. Time to nuke some elves. Oh boy, I just realized this is my first town I'm nuking. I think I just stepped up a little bit on the evil ladder. Yes. Feels good. I didn't have so much fun since 45. Oh, and by the way, just in case you care, when I started the war, there were about 50,000 people living in the city. Now we're down to about 40,000, so I just killed a bit more than 10,000 people. No, not people. High elves, so don't you worry. That was everything. That's the first one down. I think I can live with that. So let's quickly get rid of that. Oh boy, oh no, the high elves are rebellious and they really don't like me. Oh, luckily I'm just erasing them from this earth. And that's 50,000 dead. One down, 5 to go. Alright, and just to speed things up a little bit, I brought along some dragons. I mean, yes, all that magical stuff isn't as good as, well, nukes and guns and bombs, but I'll still take them. So, time to take on some ghouls and lost souls and, wait a second, banshees? Okay, let's keep in mind to bring some motion sensors and a parabolic microphone. Wait, wrong game. Wait a second, they are all moving away? But they are running. What the? No, they left the city undefended. That's it? Yeah, that's it. Okay, that's odd. Well, anyway, I don't know if we do count undead as well, but that makes a whopping 100,000. Well, actually even a little bit more, but anyway. Oh, I think they stopped running. Oh yeah, they're actually going for counterattack. Okay, probable defeat. Probable my ass. Oh boy, I'm surrounded. Surrounded by fear. So, let's get it over with. Well, I do remember the Banshee scream sounds a little bit different than this, but anyway. Yep, way better. And 150,000 dead? Oh boy, and another town. Well, you think you are a Deathbringer? Well, you will see. Yep, way better. Next town nuked. Oh, wait a second, they are still up? Well, in that case, don't mind if I nuke the town again. I got plenty of those, don't you worry. And that raises my kill counter to 200,000. Oh, and by the way, that's number 2 down, only 1 to go. Oh yes, and I'm by now using flame tanks, but that's another story. I'm still German. Alright, so that's those elves taken care of and all the undead taken care of, so the only fantasy stuff left are the orcs, so just because it would be kinda boring to do the same thing again, I just assembled an army of 460 armed men, and now they are just going to rush in there and shoot them down after I soften them up with some artillery. Well, more World War I stuff, I guess. Oh yes, this looks just beautiful. Alright, I actually think that looks pretty good, so let's soften them up with some flashbangs to get them out of there, and then let's finish it. Ah, here we go. Flashbangs always work, no matter the setting, but just for good measure. Really funny. Oh boy, they are actually pretty tough. And suddenly I'm pretty happy about bringing that many men. And that's a goner. And scratch another one. And that's actually the last one. And I only lost 16 men. What am I supposed to do with the rest? Anyway, but first things first, that increases my kill count to 250,000. What kind of fantasy setting is this? Oh boy, my alignment changed to slightly evil. After that many nukes, all that gassing, all the genociding, I am slightly evil. I think I can live with that. So, once again surrounded by hundreds of men and time to hammer them away. The last city. I'm already missing the genociding. And here we go. Oh boy, that sounded awful. Yeah, and that looks awful. Wait a second. These guys actually survived the nuke? What are they made of? That's just... what? What? Anyway, let's just erase that piece of filth and call it a day. So, that's the goblins taken care of. So that means all the undead are, no, finally dead. The orcs are dead, the high elves are dead, the goblins are dead. I think I have taken care of every sort of fantasy bullshit in this world. Okay, now there's only one left, and to be honest, I get the feeling I got this. He's already dead. Stop it. Never mind. And here we go, a fiery victory in the name of the machine god. And just like this, we cleansed the entire world of all that stupid magical fantasy bullshit. So, what have we learned today? Guns and nukes definitely beat Dungeons and Dragons. Killing more than 300,000 people is considered slightly evil, and sometimes it's not a good idea to trust the guys in black uniforms driving around in their flame tanks, shooting and burning everything down, and furries actually die when you shoot them hard enough. Alright, but that's everything for today. So I hope you had fun watching, also thank you for doing so, and until the next time, have a great day!